Bend versus Redmond.
Oh my gosh. Are we really doing this? For real?
For real.
I mean, do we pick sides or?
Calm down. Let's not be dramatic about this.
What? Oh.
Today we are featuring a major heavyweight bout. That's right, featuring two favorite cities here in Central Oregon.
Or at least the two biggest. Bend versus Redmond.
Let's take a quick look at the tape.
As you can see, the population of Bend is nearing 100,000 and Redmond is nearly 35,000. You can see our latitudes and longitudes, which basically means that Bend is about 15 miles south of Redmond. Bend is edging out Redmond in the elevation category by about 600 feet, but Redmond is younger by a margin of 5 years.
Average temps of both cities are about even. So Bend's average temp during the summer is 82, and Redmond's average temperature is 85. And they both share an average low in the winter of 24 degrees.
Average snowfall for Bend is 21 inches, compared to a moderate average snowfall of 14 for Redmond. That's right, on paper they are pretty close. However, there are some intangibles that we will be talking about as we get further into the fight. Ding ding, round one.
Ding ding ding.
Landscape? I struggled with this in another video exactly. I'm not exactly sure what to call this, but I know it means a lot to the people who live here. What do the towns look like? Topographically, I guess?
You see, Bend is bordered by the Deschutes National Forest with those huge, gorgeous pine trees that can be found all around town, and especially on the west side.
Is it weird to say that I love big trees and I can't not lie?
Of course you would say that. Redmond just has more of that high desert feel. There's not a lot of those huge pine trees, but there are juniper trees.
But that doesn't mean it's like a true Arizona desert or anything like that.
Yeah, we don't do cactuses.
There are still plenty of old growth trees that provide plenty of shade and beauty throughout the city.
So depending on what you're into, big tall trees or just old looking trees.
But also, Redmond is a little flatter for the most part. And Bend has a little bit of more elevation variation.
Pilot Butte is smack dab in the middle of Bend, and it is got some great views from the top of it, and it is great for a little exercise. You can walk up the butte, and it's where we'd light the fireworks off. Aubrey Butte is on the west side of town and is the main reason
that Redmond has better views.
Well, yeah, I mean, Aubrey Butte does have the best views in Bend, but it does block the views from others.
Moving on. Round two.
Not entirely car traffic and not necessarily noise as in sound, but more of a general overarching peacefulness. I guess we're comparing, I suppose.
Now, first of all, I want to preface, wait a minute, is preface or preface? Anyway, I wanted to explain that both cities are far better for finding your inner peace than any other metro city that you're going to find up and down the West Coast. But more specifically, Bend is definitely busier and noisier and absolutely has more tourists than Redmond. I mean, the east side of Bend can be nice, but most of Bend, especially during the peak seasons, like summer and winter, is a tourist trap. Traffic, car traffic, and congestion can, not always, really add up. Even in restaurants, retail stores, and the river.
Redmond can be busy on the parkway, but not necessarily in town. It's very much a locals town. It's quiet, it's peaceful, and generally speaking, just slower pace.
Yeah, we were just collecting some footage a few weeks ago in downtown Redmond, and it was a Friday night, and I distinctly remember Shannon saying, if this is a hoppin' Friday night in downtown Redmond, I'm in. Yeah,
if you're looking for a more quiet and peaceful town, Redmond is more your pace.
Round three. Sorry, but this is gonna be a tough round for Redmond, I think. Recreational amenities is what Central Oregon is all about.
But there is a rather large difference within 15 miles. Don't get me wrong, 15 miles between Bend and Redmond isn't much, but it does have an impact on what recreational opportunities that you could visit rather quickly. Adding 35 minutes of travel time to try to find a camping spot does have an impact on where you might want to go, especially when there's so many great places to go that are nearby.
Redmond is a great town to live in with access to Lake Billy Chinook, which is a huge reservoir that all three major waterways in Central Oregon basically dump into. The Deschutes, the Metolius, and the Crooked River all pour into Lake Billy Chinook, which is home to great camping, fishing, boating. There are marinas and houseboats and tons of square miles for water sports like tubing and skiing and wakeboarding.
Redmond is also nearest and dearest to Smith Rock, which is a world famous rock climbing area. It's home to tons of rock climbing opportunities and routes. And more than that, it's a spectacular place to go hiking and the views are magical.
There are lots of other places to talk about too, but we gotta go talk about Bend. Bend is so close to the Cascade Lakes Highway, with dozens of lakes and tons of campgrounds and camping opportunities up there. Mount Bachelor, the Newberry Caldera and all the lakes over there. And you can shoot a little further south and get to Crater Lake. But I guess the main thing is that the Deschutes River runs straight through Bend. You can float, paddle, kayak, fish, paddleboard, tube. Just look at it. Would you just look at it? Walk along the river, run along the river, hike along the river, whitewater raft in the river. You can do almost all of that right in town.
Again, while you can get to most of these places from Redmond, I'm gonna have to give this round a Bend.
Round 4, urban amenities. For the next round, we are talking more about the urban amenities, like shopping, healthcare, and dining.
I will say that both towns have come a long ways in the past 10 years. Bend is obviously 3 times the size of Redmond. So the easy answer is that Bend's gonna have more options, including more sophisticated options, whatever that is.
Now, I'm not one for spending hundreds of dollars on a fine steak dinner, but Bend is starting to excel in high-end dining, and other dinings for that matter.
The shopping in Bend can be great, but let's talk more about the basics. Both cities have their respective Fred Meyer, Walmart, but Bend has the coveted Target and Costco. Both cities have a variety of grocery stores, but Bend does have a Market of Choice and a Whole Foods. Have you been to a Market of Choice? I have never seen so many colored vegetables in my life. Like every single rainbow of carrots. Like, it's pretty impressive.
Both cities have their respected shopping malls. Well, no, not really. Bend has the shopping malls. Between the Cascade Village Shopping Mall, the Factory Outlet Mall, and of course, the Old Mill District, Bend certainly leads in the shopping department.
Yeah, but the hospitals are both great. Both Redmond and Bend have great hospitals. They're within the St. Charles healthcare system. So no matter what town you're in, there's great healthcare nearby. But the one thing that Redmond has that Bend will never be able to top, Redmond has the airport.
And Redmond comes back with a nice uppercut.
And the fairgrounds.
And another right hook, oh! But Bend, staggering to its knees, finishes with a newly remodeled amphitheater, which is drawing some huge talent just in the last few weeks alone. Round 5, affordability.
Now, 2 towns that are only 15 miles apart and are pretty much even as far as affordability. Utilities, groceries, gas, it's pretty much all the same. You can spend more in Bend because they have a little bit more luxurious options, but you don't need to.
Housing, on the other hand, is a different story. Now, it may come as a surprise to you, but Bend is, well, more expensive than Redmond.
John, why did you pause and tease them like that? You think that they don't know that you were gonna say that?
Well, I was just trying to be...
You're not funny. I tell you this all the time. Yes, you know, Bend is more expensive. The number one rule in real estate is location, 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 right? So Bend is a better location, which means it's gonna be more expensive. The average sales price in Bend is $738,000 versus the average sales price in Redmond is $438,000.
For fun, just to see if the cost is worth it, one could possibly calculate how much fuel it would take to drive to Bend every day if you lived in Redmond, and then see if the savings on a mortgage, because you bought in Redmond, would, balance itself out. I calculated it about 4 years ago, but it was basically a wash. But now the gas is about $3.50 a gallon. Who knows?
Look, if you can't bear not to live in Bend and be in the center of it all, give us a call and we will help you find the right house for you in Bend. If you're looking for more of an affordable option where the pace is a little bit slower and you won't have vacationers striking through your backyard on a Saturday night, still give us a call and let's give Redmond a second look. So who won, Bend or Redmond?
Who cares? Seriously? Central Oregon is such an amazing place to live. Nothing brings that to my attention more than occasionally traveling out of the area. I just look around and think how lucky we are to live in such an amazing place. I mean, with all of the amazing things to do around here, it's no wonder anybody actually even gets any work done. Hey everyone, thank you so much for watching. If it doesn't show, we really enjoy making these videos for you. We have one on almost every topic that we can roughly think of, but if you have any ideas on any topics that we should be discussing, please feel free to leave them in the comment section down below, or you can reach out to us directly. Our contact information is in the description below.
And what the heck? Have you not subscribed yet? You know what to do. Click the notification bell and stay up to date with all our shenanigans. See what I did there? All right, I can't wink. That was my wink. Can't do it. All right, bye guys.